Hello Wizards and Witches, today I will be ranking the 4 different Harry Potter directors, so let's get started. Before the video starts, I would like to say that these are just my opinions, so take these with a grain of salt because it's only my thoughts, and you can completely disagree or agree with me, and I am not saying any of the directors are bad, but some of them are better than others. So starting off, my personal least favorite Harry Potter director is Mike Newell. Although I do like The Goblet of Fire, I feel like it was not exactly similar to the book version. There were small changes like not including the majority of the Quidditch match, swapping Dobby and Neville, giving Harry Potter Gillyweed for the second Triwizard Tournament challenge, and the iconic "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire" moment. And since Mike Newell had no knowledge of the Harry Potter books prior to directing, I felt like he did not capture the essence of the books. I would also like to say that the soundtrack for The Goblet of Fire was not my favorite either. A lot of times there were certain songs that were not as good. But problems aside, I do think that The Goblet of Fire was still an amazing movie with a lot of well-known and iconic scenes like the Yule Ball and the Triwizard Tournament, and the Voldemort and Harry Potter fight, but I feel like it wasn't as good as it could have been. Moving on, the next Harry Potter director on the list is David Yates. David had one of the hardest directing jobs, directing 4 different movies, and I think that he executed them pretty okay. I loved The Order of the Phoenix, but I would say that The Half-Blood Prince is my personal least favorite movie. The movie was more focused on the aspect of teen love than the main goal of the book, the Horcruxes, and the mystery of the advanced potion-making book. Most of the directing did not feel real, unlike The Order of the Phoenix. It felt a little awkward most of the time. I think that the Ministry chase scenes and the Hogwarts scenes in The Order of the Phoenix were much better and was way more accurate to the book. It also portrayed Umbridge perfectly, making most people hate the character, which was the goal. When it comes to part 1 and part 2 of the Deathly Hallows, I find that the second part was better, in my opinion. They both had amazing action scenes in them, but I feel like the first part can't compete with the second. Deathly Hallows Part 1 is a little boring at some times, with a lot of camping scenes. But there are some great emotional moments with the Golden Trio, like Ron leaving and Hermione being sad and Harry trying to comfort her, and the Dobby death scene as well. I also do love the Ministry scenes with Harry, Ron, and Hermione escaping in the Polyjuice Potion form. I do think that the second extension to the Deathly Hallows is better, with tons of action and story. It ends off the story very nicely, and I love the Hogwarts battle. I think the filmmaking in those scenes was incredible. So overall, I think that David Yates had some great movies like The Order of the Phoenix and The Deathly Hallows, but Half-Blood Prince was not very good in my opinion. Moving on to my second favorite director, which is Chris Columbus. He did some amazing work with the first 2 installments of Harry Potter, The Sorcerer's or Philosopher's Stone and The Chamber of Secrets. Since this director, along with the first place director, both read the books before directing and studied the characters, the movies felt a lot more similar to the books. Chris had to start off the series, and since they did not know if the movies were going to be a success, the budget was a lot less, which means the CGI was not nearly as good as the other movies. But with that budget, Chris Columbus did a fantastic job creating a very good introduction to the series, and both movies definitely captured the magic of the story. Starting off with The Philosopher's Stone, I think he guided the young actor successfully, showing real emotions. It has many well-known scenes like the Diagon Alley and Ollivander's moment, the sorting ceremony, Harry's first Quidditch match, the Hogwarts Express, and many more. I also think the plot twist at the end was done amazingly and definitely stayed true to the book. It didn't feel too rushed like some of the movies and was way more of a relaxing one to watch. So moving on to The Chamber of Secrets, this movie is actually one of my favorites. With some great moments at the Burrow and Hogwarts along with the mystery of Tom Riddle's diary, this movie had lots of amazing scenes and acting as well. My personal favorite scene of The Chamber of Secrets was the herbology scene. I loved the way that the greenhouse looked in the filming, and there were some really funny moments in there too, like Neville falling down and fainting. Chris Columbus was very kind to the actors, I heard, and I think his methods of directing definitely paid off. The final fight scene in the Chamber of Secrets was done fantastically, and it felt very realistic and scary. So overall, I think that he was a great director and he produced some great movies. So my personal favorite Harry Potter director is Alfonso Cuaron, the director of The Prisoner of Azkaban. He really communicated with the actors and gave them time to work to their potential. The soundtrack of this movie was my favorite because it was so mystical and really magical, with Window to the Past and Buckbeak's Flight being my two favorite songs. The Prisoner of Azkaban had some amazing filming and ambience as well, with an amazing color palette. There were some great scenes in the movies, like the Dementors on the train, the Hogsmeade scenes, Remus Lupin teaching Expecto Patronum to Harry, and of course the shrieking shack scene. While the movie didn't show the backstory of the Marauders like I wish it would have, it definitely made up for it in the cinematography and the great acting. I loved the introduction to Sirius Black and the mystery behind him, since he is my favorite character of the series, as well as the classroom scenes like the divination class. Alfonso did a great job creating this movie with great ideas and sets. So that is why Alfonso Cuaron is my personal favorite director in the Harry Potter series, and I hope that you enjoyed my opinions today. Did you agree or disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. So that will be it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I make magical and architecture themed videos every Wednesday around 12 p.m. EST or Eastern Standard Time. And please turn on that notification bell if you enjoyed. Have a great day. Bye!